podcast. I'm Paper Ape. Joined with me as always, we got Ty Tropolis. Ty, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, Paper Ape? How you doing, brother?
Doing good. You know, it's just another day in the life, the Degen life.
Degen life. Happy Monday, man. Great.
Yeah,
great.
Dude, these days all blend together.
They really do. I just asked somebody, I was like, today's Tuesday, right? And they're like, no, definitely Monday.
I know, it's wild. But there's a decent amount of stuff going on this weekend. We'll get to it in just a second. I wanted to start the podcast off just by letting all the members of the well know that we have a community expedition. Or we got like a community vote going. I got to stop mixing in the lore right now before people really have gotten into it all like I have. But we got a community proposal that's live, so go vote on the next stuff that you want to see us write about.
And that's all in the Vision Decks, right?
Yep. You just go to the main page, and then right up top it'll be like community expedition, vote here. Click on that. It'll take you to a snapshot page, and then you get one vote for each Vision Decks you own. So most people only have one vote, which is how I want it. So we'll get like an accurate say of what the people want.
Absolutely. And we just had a winner of the giveaway too over the weekend, right? Or Thursday or Friday?
Yep, last week Daddy-O was our number one winner. He got a Bored Ape Football Club NFT. I'm actually wearing my jersey right now. I was really just getting into full paper mode today.
Full paper mode?
Right on. You know the vibes. Hey, I hear you.
You recognize the sound. Someone just logged into the Vision Deck.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yep. And the only other update we got from the Vision Deck side is we finished our first community-sourced research article yesterday. It just got uploaded. So if you want to learn about Doodles, you got a Vision Decks. That's all. That's a free game right there. And,
free game, Doodle summary, right? And Paper, is that the one that was the first community vote, right? And did you put that research together based on that vote?
Yep. So we all voted as a community. Majority of the people wanted to see or learn about Doodles. And then I just spent the whole last week basically just diving into the ecosystem, writing about it. And this week released the paper for everyone to see.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it was pretty eye-opening. I didn't realize how much depth there is to the Doodles project. I always just thought it was a profile pic project like that was backed by a lot of hype. And then but no, they're really going for it. Like it seems like they really want to break into the mainstream conscious.
I would say so. I feel like that's kind of where I've had them on my radar for a while. Was I think a little bit more than just the PFP ever since they launched. But yeah, I mean, I feel like since Christmas or the holidays rather, that there's been a lot of potential hype, a lot of big rumors. You can't really beat a Paper Ape breakdown, so I'm not going to go into everything all over the place. But yeah, Pharrell is the brand director too. Like, come on, man, that's crazy. That's huge for the space.
They're releasing music. I don't know if it's a project, but it's just called the Doodles Records Volume 1.
Yep.
And Pharrell is executive producing that also.
Insane.
Yeah, partnership with Columbia Records, like the same people who manage Harry Styles, and he's the only one I remember from them. But there's a lot more big names. I just can't think of them off the top.
Big Harry Styles fan over here. Paper, y'all. What's up?
Shout out my mans. But yeah, no, they're really going for it in terms of like music and content, really.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cool to see what they do. But what I've started realizing, like kind of how we were talking about New York or NFT NYC, all these different projects have different audiences that they really attract. So like apes are the Degens, moonbirds are kind of like more business oriented Degens.
Totally.
And then Doodles is their own completely different thing also. So I think just since it attracts really different kind of people than these other blue chip projects, then it's got that core community of like people that love rainbows and joyful shit.
Yeah, it is. It is like pure joy looking at Doodles.
Yeah. Yep. So never really resonated with me, but I know there's a lot of other people out there.
I'm bullish on Doodles. I mean, that's definitely one of the top projects. Blue chip status. I think Pharrell cemented that. NFT NYC cemented that. They're going to be rolling around for a while.
Yeah, and then I realized they had funding by Alexis Ohanian, also his
Yep.
company 776. So they've been doing all the money raising for Doodles,
Yep.
and that's a
That's
really
major.
strong person to have back in your project.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like anything that 776 and like Alexi touches is pretty much gold.
Yeah, I guess just bet on any Web 2 founder moving into Web 3.
I mean, I don't know about that,
Yeah,
but
no, I'm
I
kidding.
think they've got an eye for like what's legit, what's community. Like, definitely been in the space of technology for a very long time, and he's an OG ape holder. Shout out. I think he got in pretty early too.
Yeah, he was early in Doodles also, which was interesting. I didn't know if like the partnership happened before or after that.
I think
That'd
it
be
was.
interesting
I
to
think it was
actually look.
before NFT NYC. I also just saw a picture of Giannis and Serena that they posted all
I
together.
saw that.
Pretty tight. Shout out to the boy.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna do a collab on something.
Ooh.
A Giannis Doodles collab.
Maybe he's looking for that Giannis LP in the next fund or something. That would be crazy.
Could be. I'm wondering whenever like NFT collections are gonna start sponsoring athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, for real. I mean, we saw like custom sneakers start to hit the hardwood last year.
That was like Gutter Cat Gang, right?
Yeah, GCG made a debut. I think they got a bunch of players on like the Kings, some on the Sixers. Tobias Harris is an ape. I think he put the ape on a pair of shoes one game.
I remember seeing, I think it was Brandon McManus. It was some NFL kicker wore them on his shoes, the Bored Ape.
Oh, shit. That's
So,
cool.
yeah, I guess slowly but surely the apes are going to start infiltrating sports.
Sports,
And I guess just all NFTs, not just apes specifically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's nice to see, though. And I do think apes are kind of leading the charge, especially when you got like Future at his concert had his ape up the whole time, I heard.
That was sick. I saw that video.
Yeah, right?
I know. I was watching that and I was like, was this an Ape Fest or is this new?
No, dude, that was new. That was at like some concert in Portugal, I think.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Future for repping the apes so hard.
For
I was
real.
just listening to him in the gym this morning. I was like, man, I've been listening to this guy for like 6 years and he's still going hard.
Still going hard.
But I think it's about time to move into the segment, What Did We Buy This Week? Do you want to get us kicked off with that?
What did we buy this week? I haven't bought anything in a few days at least. I made a few bids on some photography, on some one-of-one collections. None of them have gone through yet. Nothing accepted, but I've got my eye on a couple different collections in the photography space.
Did you end up getting one of the Degen Vixens?
I did not. I was actually outbid, bro.
You got beat?
I got beat. Someone, it was a mutant who actually had some bunny ears, outbid me by 0.02. And then I was mobile at the time. I was working some cats out in pickleball, and then
I just missed it.
I just missed it. And I was like texting Kaizen too. I was
Damn.
like, man, like this
Is that
MF better be cool, man, because I can't outbid him right now.
You say that was bunny ears, or was that the hip hop jacket one you were looking at?
It was the bunny ears. There's a couple others that I like though in the project. I think I'm gonna jump in because I already saw. I think the pricing is gonna go up.
Yeah, I also heard that too. So I need to jump in because now I got a little bit of liquidity.
Hey,
Yeah, that's interesting. I got to beat you to this next one.
yo,
No,
I'm in the same boat though. I didn't buy anything over the weekend. Made a couple bids. I'm also looking at a Guido edition for one. I think that's a hell of a play right now. Maybe I'm getting in that alpha plays, but I did sell the Goblin finally. So not a buy this week, but a sell. Just flipped the Goblin just under 3 ETH. It looks like the floor moved up just a little bit since I sold, but I feel happy with it overall. Like, big win on the project for me, huge win, and I got 4.5, 5 ETH to play with now. So I'm looking for the next move.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it seems like things are starting to heat up again, short term at least. So
it
might be
does.
some opportunity out there.
Right? What'd you buy this week?
So I haven't bought. Just yesterday I bought a couple things, but before then it's been at least a month or maybe even more since I bought my last NFTs. Damn. But there was a Murakami flower snapshot that was taken last night.
Oh, that's right.
As soon as that snapshot was taken, I sold one of them because I wanted this free liquidity to help out, to hop in this new project, and then I also want to get the Degen Vixens, of course. Yeah, I've been looking at the eggs recently. So Zero X D38 has been my thing.
What is it again?
We might have to I think I'm just gonna share my screen and we can hop in together because I haven't really done a ton of research on this yet.
That's like the Ox 38 project or D38, yeah.
Yep. By Sebastian SH. I wonder if he's created any other projects. Nope. But yeah, he really can't speak English that well. I don't know, did you see his DMs that he sent to?
I did see some screenshots of the DMs, and
it could be from a different country, which would be totally understandable.
Yeah, absolutely okay. And so when did these first hit your radar? I think I saw these, today's Monday, so it had to be like Saturday night, late, maybe like midnight or going into Sunday is when these hit my radar. And they were like I want to say 04 or something like that, 0.05.
Yeah, I think it was Sunday night for me, and it was about 0.04. And then I looked yesterday morning and it was up to 0.07. So I was like, all right, these things are actually going up a little bit. It's time to put them on the radar. And then I looked again and it was 0.25. And I was like, holy shit, I missed out.
They got up to 0.25 already?
Yeah. I wish I could pull up the thing. Hold on. Let me go back to Discord real quick. It was that one platform I sent the graph from, Parsec.
Oh yeah, Parsec. Okay.
Yeah, I think Parsec said they got up to like 0.35. But anyway, after the DMs with Pranksy leaked, the thing, I was watching it live, it got all the way down to 0.1. And then that's where I started pulling the trigger.
That's a big drop. And for context, can you break down what the Pranksy DM was? Or what happened with that situation?
Yeah, so basically, the team behind this project sent Pranksy 150 NFTs. I don't know why, but Pranksy obviously didn't touch them because just like any other thing that some random wallet sends you, you don't want to touch it. So apparently they tried to figure that out in the DMs or something, and I don't know what actually ended up happening with it. It doesn't seem like Pranksy's supporting this project at all, but
okay. So
honestly, I heard about this.
150.
Sorry.
So they basically dropped him 150, and word got out that Pranksy was involved, and that might have helped him pump a little bit.
Right.
Gotcha.
So, but honestly, I heard about them before any of the stuff about Pranksy.
Yeah, same.
Came out.
Same. I just saw them on Volume like night number 1.
Yeah, and they've been just pumping pretty steady since then. I've been watching these top holders right here. I guess Pranksy's this 150 right here.
Okay.
Because this guy right here is Bob Laxative. That's the guy I've been watching, like who I heard about this from. Okay, yeah, and then the other 150 is Pranksy, and he's bought up 150 right here.
Bob Lax.
So he's still buying at these prices because earlier today he didn't have 150. But
interesting.
Yeah, so the whales are buying. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I'm still keeping an eye. I got 2 of these myself. I got one at 0.12 and one at 0.16. So I'm probably gonna do a little pre-reveal sell in the next couple days, since we got a couple more days for a little bit more hype to build up.
Yes, sir.
And then I'll let the other one go whenever.
When is the reveal?
On the 13th. I'm not sure what time.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's all I bought this week. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, keeping my fingers crossed. I'll keep my eye on it. I feel like that's one that it could go either direction kind of quick. So don't, you know what I mean? If anybody's out there buying in, don't miss your sell target or be scared to cut your losses too early.
Yep, 100%. So let's see. Did you want to try doing a sweep or sell, or should we try a new segment out?
Sweep or sell? Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Back to
top 10 collection.
Back to the top 10. Should we do 24 hours? No, probably not. Probably like 7-day.
What's the difference in them? Just kind of back and forth real quick. ENS.
Honestly, I kind of trust OpenSea's better. Because Gem can get, I don't know, it can get a little different.
Gem can get a little funky. I'm down with 24 hour. I feel it's probably just the most relevant. We had a crazy weekend too. Like there was hella punk sales. Just going back to the last pod, whenever we did that one, Thursday or Friday, Doggos jumped a whole bunch as well. We nailed that call. Meebits pumped like 2 ETH in the last 2 or 3 days. Like,
yeah. I think, did you see that one announcement? I don't know if it was an announcement or if it got leaked or what, but it was something to do with the other side. And here, I'll read it.
Nah, what happened?
It says, bring your own character, the other side. It basically like confirmed who's going to have the playable characters at launch. But
okay, what do we got?
Mutant Apes, Bored Ape Kennel Club, and CryptoPunks are going to have the 3D models ready at game launch. And then it's coming for Meebits in the future.
Damn.
But yeah, but they're not going to be ready right at launch.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's new information or not, but and now that I say that out loud, I'm pretty sure I've seen it like way back when Other Side launched. But it's a good refresher. Like Meebits are going to be used. I even remember a tweet about Gordon, one of Gordon's tweets saying that they're working on utility for him. So.
Yeah, from not too long ago, like that he was really trying to brainstorm how they could be used.
Yeah. So I guess with that, why can't we see the floor price on Punks? Floor is 75.95. All right, so I'll explain sweep or sell really quick, and then we get into it.
Yeah.
But for everybody out there watching, basically what this is we're going to look at the top 10 projects on OpenSea and just looking at whatever their floor price is right now, whether we would sweep it or sell it. We got to pick one. And it's just, it's all our own opinions and all that. So we can get into it here. But the Punk's got a 76 ETH floor. How do you feel about that one?
Yeesh. There were a lot of punk sales this weekend. I was just on the Spaces earlier, and I heard that there was like something ridiculous, like 60 maybe in the last week or something like that. And then a couple major bids on some of these ape punks. If I had the dough right now, that's a little caveat, right? Sweep or sell, you got the dough. Yep. I'd probably sweep the punks, man. I just think historically, like, they're still one of my grails, always have been, want to get a punk one day. And the fact that they're in Yuga's hands now, and what you said about the other side, we might be at the start of one of these little bull runs. So I think any established projects like these guys, I'm sweeping the punks. We got some nice ones on the floor here. I'll take them all.
I gotta agree with you on this one. I would probably be sweeping the punks for the same exact reasons. The historic value of these are not going away. And in bear markets, I honestly think that is a plus for it.
Totally.
And then now that they got Yuga Labs building some more utility into them, it just makes sense to hold on to them for longer. So I'd be sweeping. I think they should be over 100 ETH floor, easy.
Easy. And I'm looking at this is what 12 right here. Get all 12 of them under 80, and
Yeah,
that's 100 play easy. Yeah.
simple if you're rich.
You got to spend money to make money. All right, next up.
All right, number 2, Project 0XD38. I'll get us kicked off on this one because I think my answer is pretty obvious. I'm
Right.
sweeping these. I think they got some hype behind them. I really don't have any other stuff to base my thing off of other than there's some mystery to it. There's only 10,000 items, and they have really popular people that are whales in their project, so they're just gonna keep pumping it up. That's just how it works. So I'm sweeping. I can see these going to at least an ETH.
At least an E. Okay,
That's my hot take, actually. If we get into hot takes, there it is.
Hot take. Run into one. I don't know enough about the project. The Pranksy thing kind of doesn't. It's not like it doesn't sit well with me, but I just think that might have artificially pumped them up a little high too fast, and sometimes, unfortunately, that can be the reason a project runs or not. I'm also fading them because I didn't get in at 0.05 2 days ago, so I'm selling these things.
I feel you. That's exactly how I felt about the goblins. Maybe we're gonna have roles reversed on this one.
But ask me when they get to 0.5, and I'll probably sweep them then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at that point, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. So number 3.
It's kind of like cutting your losses, but in reverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to fight the trend.
Don't want to fight the trend.
Yeah, I guess that's how I trade these also, but I don't know. I'd probably be a little bit more cautious since it is the bear market.
Facts.
Like, there's no confirmation that we're gonna go long-term bull. So for all we know, this could be just a short recovery and then pain only again for the next few months.
Yeah, I'm banking on pain post reveal for Project Ox D3.
Yeah, that's why I like these really short plays like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3. The Saudis. Sweep or sell? Paper. What you got?
I think we could probably both answer this at the same time.
Yeah, I'm going sell.
Yeah, same here.
I'm going sell.
That's an easy sell. To me, that's just like Wagner, except for I have no idea who the fuck is paying 0.73 for these. Or it was 1 ETH yesterday.
Yeah, and it was higher than that too. I feel like the 12, 24 hours before, like, I don't know anything about them other than the fact that they're a deriv. I saw them on my feed for a little bit. I just feel like I missed the swing. If we're talking flip, sweep, or sell for a flip, I think I missed the swing. Could have got in pre 1 ETH, and I think they're already on the way down. So just based on that alone, I'm selling.
Yeah, nothing at all compels me about this project. I think it's very dumb. I saw Farouk was behind it. That's automatically, I'm not going to touch that. That's just rule of thumb right there.
How do you really feel, my friend?
You're going to get straight 100% honesty right here.
Nothing compels me about this project.
Yeah, that's honestly, like, that's how I feel about most NFT projects.
Yeah,
like,
fact.
Yeah, a lot of projects don't do a really good job of creating that need for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. But if you're just gonna launch a regular profile pic thing and not do anything about it, and especially if it's called the Saudis, like, come on.
So don't bring your PFP projects around paper unless they're bringing some utility.
Yeah, if you ain't got utility, get out of my house.
All right. We
gotta skip number 4.
Art blocks curated.
Yeah, we can't do this one. Unless you just want to talk about art blocks projects in general.
Yeah, right. We got Fidenzas coming up, so let's just jump to Meebits maybe.
Yeah, Meebits at 6.1 floor price. What you doing?
They're running right now. We talked about them on the last podcast too, I think, and they were high fours maybe or something like that, low fives ish around there. I don't know. When projects run, I think they run for a little bit. I can see this. If it's already broke 6, one would assume the next big floor is probably at 6.9. So I'm sweeping these.
That's facts.
That's facts. I'm
Yeah.
sweeping the me bits, and I think you should too.
I am. I would sweep the
Oh.
Meebits also. 6.1 seems like a pretty decent price. They have, if you want to compare
That's lower than
CryptoPunks to
now, right?
Meebits.
Oh, my bad. What were you gonna say?
Oh, so I like to look at things in ratios. So you got the Bored Ape and Mutants. The Bored Ape has 10k supply, Mutants have 20. These are trading at a fifth of the price.
And
of
that's
the apes.
usually where it stays. If they get running before the apes, they might get to a quarter, but it's usually around never higher.
Right. And then like if we look at the punks and Meebits, if we just call this the tier 2 of these, then you got the 10k and 20k, that's the same.
Yeah.
6 ETH floor price compared to 75. This is low. It's like more than a tenth smaller. I don't know if I said that right, but
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm tracking.
yeah, I think it's like somewhere around 12 times smaller than punks, as opposed to 5 times smaller compared to these. So I think there's room to close the gap for Meebits, especially if they're going to end up having the same utility as punks under the Yuga ecosystem.
Yeah,
So I'm sweeping.
Agreed. Sweeping. Quick math is 12.4. I feel like they could easily be around just 10. Like
Yeah, I mean that would put them right around there, I think.
put them at 7.6, sell them all at 6.9.
Mhm. Yeah, honestly, I think that might be one of the best buys in the top 10. Just based off if that math ends up coming true. So let's move on to the Fidenzas now. I'm not super well versed in art blocks. How about you?
110?
110 is heavy.
Bro, I feel like they were in the 70s just last week.
Yeah, and like 30s before that.
Yeah, I mean, during the dip, they were down. That would have been the time to sweep. And now probably is the time to sell. I don't know if I'm sweeping at one term or at 110, unless I'm looking 20 years out. But if we're talking short term, I'm selling at 110 and buying back in later on the next pair.
Yep, I'm selling these also. 110, especially in today's market, I feel like you can make 110 ETH last so much longer, and just by spreading that out into other projects and investing in the stuff when it's low. So to me, that's a sell.
It's a sell.
Yeah, it's just a sell. I don't like holding on to the art block stuff because to me it's all just hot potato. Like when people want them, then they're hot and you can get a lot of money for them. But whenever it's cold, then you really got to find the right buyer if you want to get the liquidity out.
And blocks are hot right now.
Yeah,
Blocks.
they are. Yep. Not the ones I'm in, but the popular ones. All right. So, Mutant Ape Yacht Club finally crossed 20.
Finally crossed 20. I like it. At 20 right now, I'm sweeping.
Yeah, this one's a hard one for me.
It's a tough one. Like, I know I went right with it just out of I'm repping the Mutant on the Ape Well podcast, and it's been a while since we broke 20. But I'm looking at these in like maybe giving them a little bit different perspective than the previous projects on the list. But I'm just so bullish on the other side, the 3D models coming, kind of I feel like other projects have run in this like kind of last week or so outside of Mutants, and I think some of that money typically towards the end of these little mini cycles flows into BayYC and MayYC. And then people try to get their grails if they don't have their Mutant yet. And I think that's what we're seeing now. I can see it run into like 23 or 24, maybe not 25, but I can see it going a little bit.
Yeah, I was on the fence, and I think you just convinced me. I would sweep these also, for those same reasons.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're still like, I know this was pre other side drop, but the price in the past has been twice as high, so we're still 50% down on that.
True.
Um,
Just on
and-
that, I'm feeling good.
yeah, and then plus the ratio is still pretty, like it's 1/5 of a Bored Ape with basically the same utility. I
Yep.
think that gap should be closer.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think when both of the projects are hot and running, the mutants can close that gap and get closer to that 1/4. So I could see them getting to 25 before apes might spread that gap a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. If we really compare the utility and supply of mutant apes and Bored Apes together, if we compare the supply, mutant apes should be twice as cheap if they have the exact same utility. Half the price, I should say, if they have the same utility. And then, but since it is technically a tier 2, but they basically get the same, basically get the same benefits. I would just put like a tiny little knock on that. So like maybe 1/3 of the price of Bored Apes is like the ideal mutant price. So like I said, I'm a really big fan of trading ratios, and I look for those whenever the ratio is off to fill in the gap. So just to add to my sweep reasoning, that's why I would do it.
I like where your head's at. 1/3 would be nice. Yuga, you heard him.
Yeah, that's the ideal that's the ideal spot. So on to number 8, other deed for other side. Has anybody ever called it that in the history?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
All right, so 2.8 floor price. What are you doing? You sweeping or are you selling?
I don't know. This is tough. So at 2.8, we just had like that load test, right? Is there anything else that's coming down the pipeline for the other side or improbable before launch or before 3D models or anything like that we know of?
I think there might be a few more tests, and I was talking to Nibby last night who did the second test. It seems like they add a new thing to each test. So like they actually tested out the spatial voice chat last time, and so far it sounds like everything's been running super smooth between both tests. And I was seeing people's takes on Twitter that they were super impressed at how many people the server could handle. So
Interesting.
I'm kind of optimistic about what they are building, just from what I've seen so far.
Right. I mean, at 2.8, I don't think it's like a bad buy. Probably right in that range, especially if it's coming off of like a little local top here. But I think other side deeds have a 10% royalty, right? Plus,
I'm not
plus
sure.
OPP
They might.
or whatever platform you're using. So we're talking 12.5, and I need to get to like what 3.2 then 3.3 just to make a profit. I'm probably selling.
There's a lot listed between 3 and 3.1. There's so much resistance right there. 1,594 other deeds right at 3. Yeah, that kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. That's going to be a huge barrier to break. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
This one's the hardest because I feel like it's a good price, but it's not going anywhere anytime soon. You know?
Agreed.
But if I had to pick, I'd say buy. I think it's a buy, just because. Honestly, I'm just guessing.
No. Hey, that's all this is anyways, man.
Yeah, I got some bags, so I'm biased, but I would sweep here.
I'm not in the club. I've sold all my deeds, so I am kind of FOMO-ing a little bit, and I wasn't able to do the load test, and that like was a bummer. But like you said, I think in the relatively short term,
Yeah. See,
I
like
mean,
my worry here is
yeah,
that there's so many listed, and like these people all want to get out of their positions.
yeah.
And
So
so if there's no buyers and they really want to get liquidity, then they're just gonna have to keep pushing the floor down.
Yep.
It's just too concerning. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Short term,
No, you're locked in, bro. You can't change it.
yeah. Honestly, I could go back and forth all day.
It's in the buy zone. I'll give you that. I don't
Yeah.
think you could go wrong long term, but we're talking quick. I'm selling.
It's in the invest zone.
Yeah.
Buy and then hopefully just never look at it again. All right. Number 9, Monster Cave Elder Torch. Do you know anything about this project?
No idea, but I think someone dropped it in one of my group chats earlier today, and I just faded it for no apparent reason. What do we
Yeah,
got?
apparently this is one of those other projects like the egg. Somebody compared it to that, saying that these were the same, like similar type projects, both pumping this weekend.
Same dev, same team.
Probably not the same team, but they're doing the same type of stuff. This gives me a lot of Goblin Town vibes.
That's Goblin vibes for
It's
sure.
literally Goblin to a T right here.
Yeah.
I'm scared to connect my wallet. Let's see what happens. They're pumping so far, so I guess it can't be a rug, right?
They're pumping. How long have they been out? Let me check.
Probably not long.
0.24. Okay, so they've already exceeded Ox D38. The torches. These look like some weapons out of Diablo 2 or something from back in the day.
Yeah. It was minted 6 days ago, so I'm just gonna guess 6 days ago.
What type of volume do we got?
Let's see. I wish OpenSea had analytics.
Yeah.
Okay, 587 ETH
Yeah.
volume.
Here, click that. Let me see.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
I didn't even know you could just click that and go straight to a different thing.
Yes, straight here. What's depending on royalties? It looks like it's got a little hype, a little bit of momentum. It might.
How do we find the royalties?
If you click on one of the items, if any that just sold, and then
Yeah, I remember.
it's under details.
There we go. 7%.
Creators 7, 10.2. I'm buying.
Buying?
Fine.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I'm sweeping 12, and I'm getting out around 3.3.
the only thing, yeah, I would probably play this very similarly to the eggs. The only reason why I wouldn't sweep the torches is because they're already revealed.
Oh, they're already revealed?
Yeah,
Sell.
at least it looks like it. And so, like, to me, that's one
Because
less
I
thing for the
didn't even
community to
know.
look forward to. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about this just pop up on my radar. So usually that's a sign that I don't want to get involved if the people I don't know or the people I know aren't in it. Yeah, it looks like Goblin Town 2.0. And so number 10, we got the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Wow, number
Let's
10. That's
say
kind of
crust. Yeah, 10 on the. This is a 24-hour volume.
okay.
Okay, so 100 ETH. How do you feel about that price?
I'm buying. What do we got on the floor? Let's see. What do we got?
We got a Crazy Eyes. Crazy Eyes on the floor is usually a good sign that
We got a
it's bottomed out.
I think I'm sweeping the apes. We had a couple gold first sales the last few days. Hella bullish.
So Rob, are you selling your ape? This is the CEO of Fan Control Football. This is his ape, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Does that mean we're selling FCF?
maybe I got to take off this jersey I'm wearing. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go the opposite of you on this one. I'm
You're
selling the
selling?
apes. So for the same reason why I would buy mutants, because the ratio is off, it's either
Oh,
mutants are undervalued or apes are overvalued right now. And I think 100 might be a little high, but I guess it really does depend on what's coming next, because we really don't know. I know that Degen trilogy is coming up next. It seems like a lot of content is coming up with the apes, but just since nothing's been spelled out, there's no dots I can connect. I don't know what month things are planned for. So I just think short term, I would probably sell at 100 ETH, and then maybe wait it out to see what the market does. Because if we do go into bear mode, then you can get such great deals.
true.
But I mean, I'd probably, if I was gonna sell an ape, I'd probably hedge it with a mutant buy, and then save the rest and see what happens.
This isn't sweep, sell, or hedge, my friend. This is sweep or sell.
Oh yeah, I'm selling.
Sell it. Well, okay, so you track the board apes a little bit better than I do. I pay attention to mutants just because I've got one and I don't have the OG. But how much have they ran up in the last week or two? Like they were kind of down 80s, weren't they? 85?
I'm not gonna lie, I never look at the floor price for these.
That's fucking awesome.
I just hear when people say the floor price, but we can definitely figure this out pretty quick.
Okay. So, I mean, if they're up, if that is the case, and I think it's something around there anyways, but then you might be up a little bit. I can see the sell decision, and that's a big brain move playing those ratios. A lot of people probably aren't looking at it. To play the other side of the field, though, I think when we hit these 100 marks, the same way mutants cross 20, when apes get 100, we ping pong around it really quick, but then it typically, I feel breaks through. You know what I mean? We might that 99.99 might sell. We might be stuck at 100. Someone might undercut it. But once it breaks through, it's okay, 102, 103. People start tweeting about how many until 110. And even if in these local scenarios, they can kind of go up and down kind of quick.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean by that. That's what makes me question whether the choice of sweep or sell was correct on this. But to me, I'm the macro outlook of the market is really what's making me be cautious on this approach. For me, if I had a blue chip project, I definitely feel most comfortable with one of those. But yeah, it's hard to say what anything's gonna happen, what's gonna happen with anything in the next coming months. So that's what I'm worried about. So I would go on the defensive here.
Go on the defensive, sell, stack a few hundred ETH, and hold.
Yep.
I like it.
100%.
I like it.
If it was my last ape, definitely would not sell that though. AKA, that's exactly what I'm doing.
No, you can't sell the last ape.
That's a crime. That is a sin for how much money you guys given me.
You're in. You're too up to go down at this point.
Exactly. It's impossible. I would have to go bankrupt for I don't even want to say how much money. But yeah, so that was sweep or sell. I actually really enjoyed that segment.
Yeah, that was awesome. We got to do sell more.
We got to keep that one on for future podcasts. But do you have any hot takes? Because that's another segment we could test out that we haven't jumped into. Let's see. I think Ty might be having some mic issues. He just sent a private chat. So we'll get back on that in a second. Honestly, I just want to see what kind of art block stuff is going on. It shows how much I listen to or look at art block stuff. I guess I'll just continue doing the sweep or sell. We'll move it past the top 10 collections. Goblintown.wtf. Sitting at 2.95 ETH. Do we sweep or do we sell? What do y'all in chat think? I want to hear y'all's opinion on this stuff. Big Cracker Man says, OG Ty. Shout out to you, my friend. I'd be selling the goblins here.
Okay, my bad. Super important call. I had to take that one really quick, and I apologize. It will never happen again. They should know better. I'm on the A-Flow podcast. Sweep or sell the gobs, and shout out to Cracker Man. I'm selling the gobs. You heard me on the last podcast. I might have hit on it this morning, but I think there's more ETH to be had with free ETH in your wallet right now.
I agree. And you're still looking for what you're gonna enter with that 3 ETH, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've got about 5 I could play with that I'm looking at for the next play. But so far, like I said, nothing's really caught my eye. I've looked at a couple of photography projects, but haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Gotcha. We definitely got to keep us updated with what you find. I know.
A lot of cool cats are and have been on my radar for a minute. You all know this, but I think under 4 right now, cats, like, again, long term, maybe not an immediate flip if you're trying to get generational wealth in the next 24 hours or anything, but long term, like, we love the cats. And I think
are under 4 right now.
Yeah, that's a hell of a buy at 375.
Yeah, let's check out the listings. I've been a fan. I love looking at the listings now across different price ranges. It's honestly really thin. 2 listings. Oh, here, let's do by 0.5.
Hella thin.
5 listings under 4. Gets a little bit higher, but yeah, 4 there's not too under 4 there's not too much, so that seems like pretty decent for right now. I've been looking at the cool pets because I don't want to drop all of 4 ETH on one of these yet. To me, that's too risky. I'm not super familiar with the community.
Playing the ratios again or what?
No, I was looking at these when they first came out. But yeah, honestly, that's not a bad thing because the supply of these are twice as much as cats. They do have some unique utility to them, and they're 1/10 of the price of cats. A little bit less than that, actually. So, to me, this would be a potential
1.3 before they revealed or whatever. I don't know enough about the pets, to be honest. I'm just talking stupid over here. But yeah, it seems the kids love them too. Like, Cooltopia was insane.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's a global brand in the making, and you'd be stupid to fade cool cats.
Yeah, I just kind of like on that sentiment. This takes me back to the Pokemon days of just being a kid, and then you see all these different characters, and you're like, oh, I want to use it in this game.
Facts.
And they're obviously making a game with these involved in it, and it really seems like kids will love this thing.
Absolutely. And the founders, like Klon and Elu, are just good people, man. Like, had a chance to meet Klon one time, and it's so important, I think, to have like an authentic, real artist at the like heart and soul of your project. So
yeah, we should honestly try to get Elu on here sometime. I honestly don't talk to him very much. I think I've talked to him at the meetups once or twice, but it'd be cool to have him come on and like explain this to us. Absolutely.
Just try to set it up.
Hey, we'll make it happen. We gotta do what we gotta do. The people want to see it. All right. Well, I really don't have anything else on the agenda for the day. We could go into our Degen plays of the week if you got anything lined up for that. I guess this kind of is going into it with the cool cats under 4.
Cool cats under 4. I think that's a hell of a play. Maybe not for the week, but definitely I think a good buy. They've held real strong in the bear. Some other maybe Degen plays of the week. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at the cryptodes, to be honest. They're sitting strong right around 2, where they typically do. They're one of the only blue chip type projects I feel like, or very notable project that like hasn't quite run the same way as some of these other ones. I feel like over the last couple weeks. So I don't know, something about them feels like they're due. And if you're getting really frisky, maybe pick up one with noun glasses for 369 for the culture.
Yeah, they have a lot of cryptodes on NFTX. I guess everybody is just dumping them on there or something.
No shit. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a glitch or something, but the first I don't even know how many rows that is. I was gonna count, but that's way too much to just rattle off a number. But they're all NFTX, so very interesting. You can get a random one on there, I'm pretty sure, for like a low cost, or you can pay a little bit to like select a little bit more to select the exact one you want.
Interesting. I've never used NFTX before like that.
Yeah, it's been a really long time since I have some liquidity pools in there, but it's like barely any money.
Some good looking toads for 2-1.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fading the toads. I have a personal vendetta against this community now.
Personal vendetta against the community?
Yeah, it's personal. No, it's not with the community. It's just I had a toad for a while, and it just always fluctuates between like 1.9 and like 4 ETH, and it will never break 4 ETH again.
But bro, we're at 2-1 right now, right? So that means we got 2 ETH to go.
I know. So like, this would be a good play if I was looking for a 2x, but I like.
Okay.
I don't know. I look for that asymmetric upside. Like I want a potential of more than 2x. You know.
Paper said, "Miss me with the 2x."
Yes, sir. It's like I can find better. I don't see anything happening with this anytime soon.
That's
I
valid.
think there's a spot for CCO in NFTs, but I'm not sure if toads are the right one.
Interesting play. Interesting take. I'm still bullish on Gremplin. I think he's just as notable in the space as some of the other major names with their own unique projects like Xcopy. Obviously, there's not only 666 of these, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how 2 years out a toad is anything less than 25 to 50 ETH, to be honest. So let's see where it goes.
It's really banking on historical value, I feel like, of just being really early on the CCO trend.
Yeah, I think early on CCO, like, again, notable artists, like we just were talking about Klon. But down the road, the same way punks took off and kind of just exploded and never looked back, I could see toads doing the same thing during this cycle in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I totally could see that happening also, and that's what makes me scared about not owning one. But can I shill my own case for CCO real quick?
Please.
All right, so this is also shilling, in a way, shilling my bags, but it's really just shilling my beats. If you're familiar with Arpeggi, I don't know, are you?
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit. I jumped onto one of the live streams that you did back in the day, but I think it'd be helpful for whoever's listening here and everybody on the chat maybe to break it down.
For sure. So like, to me, this is the case for CCO, like how NFT or Web3 projects should use it.
Okay.
They basically have music platforms, so you can make music just by going to the website, you to the site, and then you start. It's like GarageBand, but in your browser. And so all these different sounds you can choose from for all these different instruments are all CCO. So you can pretty much use any one you want in whatever you make, and then you still have full rights to that music. And it actually, like, if you make a song,
we've been jamming to your own beats this whole time.
I jam to my own beats a lot. Like when I'm making a good one, that's all I listen to all day, and it really just, it's kind of like, you know how whenever people capture a terrorist and like they lock him in a room and just play one song over and over again.
I do now. Yep.
It's like inflicting that on yourself, but it's fun. It's like a little creative outlet for that. But yeah, I think CCO really thrives in ways where you give the artist something or not the artist, but in this case the artist. You just give the person on the other side of the computer a way to be creative using that CCO asset. So like maybe Toads can develop something that uses Toads in like a game that you can create or something. I don't know how that would exactly look, but something like that is where I think CCO will really thrive.
No, this is fire. I need to spend a little bit more time looking into Arpeggi. Could be a nice community contribution on behalf of myself and the April.
Hell yeah. We need to. So for those of you out there who don't know, Ty is working on a project. Is it? I know it's got music to do with it. So maybe there's like some kind of connection that can be made there.
Yeah. You read my mind. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but yes, haven't talked too much about the project, but Project Waves. It's a music NFT, and we got a lot of really cool stuff in the works behind the scenes. But yeah, go check us out on Twitter. It's Project Waves. Project X Waves is the handle, and I can't wait to tell more about it when the time is right.
Hell yeah. We'll have to get some kind of podcast going where I just interview you about the project and we learn all about it and just sit down, we just hash it all out and then get it all out there for the people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll set that up.
For sure. So like for my Degen play of the week, this is what I'd be watching. Like I guess my play of the week is the eggs. That's truly what I think people should probably. It's at 0.16. This is where I bought my last one at. Could it be the top? Who knows? Probably. Maybe. But I would bet on this for at least a short-term pre-reveal play. Like I said earlier, I don't want to hold anything for too long in this market until it's confirmed that we're going up for a while. And then these are another one that I'd look out for too. The Murakami Lucky Cat coin banks. I think these guys are they're mint passes for a future Murakami NFT collection, but there hasn't been a date announced of when they're actually going to be able to be redeemed for the NFT. So the price has been falling just a little bit, like very slowly creeping down from like I think it was 0.7 something. I think it was 0.7 a few days ago, and now it's 0.66. So it's like hovering around this area. But I think there's an opportunity to get in and sell pre-reveal at a higher price.
So those aren't even revealed yet?
Not yet.
Oh, interesting. The different colors. Did those pump a little bit with that flowers snapshot from last night?
The Lucky Cat coin banks stayed the same, and then the flowers went down after the snapshot.
Okay.
And yeah, I got out at the right after. But apparently, so Murakami was posting like videos of he's making shirts and stuff.
Sick.
So we're pretty sure the snapshot has something to do with that because he says here.
Free merch.
Yeah, and then the embroidered flowers.
Oh shit.
On this stuff, like I have no idea what's coming, but I'm just betting on the creative output of Murakami and his team.
I agree.
It seems like they're doing some cool stuff, and plus they have like such a connection with Artifact that if they need some help, they can get it.
Interesting. Yeah, I overlook the Artifact stuff all the time. So I feel like there's kind of a common theme here, and it's like bet on the artist. Like all of these projects that I feel like we're buying, it's the team, it's the artist. There's a central here, Murakami, Kwan.
Yeah, it's hard to invest, I hate saying the word invest, but it's hard to buy into a community now just based off the community. Because at this point, I feel like most people that just do that, like they all find themselves in a community that's just all looking to make money. And it's not a bad thing to have that goal, but if everybody has that one goal out of the project, then they're all just going to try dumping on each other, and it's not going to go anywhere. But if you bet on the people that are actually creating stuff and adding value to the space, then it's gonna hold its value much better because the people are genuinely just wanting to be there and consume whatever the people are making for them.
So see, everybody thinks like alpha is just the next project, but what you just said is the true fucking alpha.
Facts. Yeah, it's like if you just bet on the stuff that you like, eventually, I mean, like if other people like it too, then you're gonna get rich just as a byproduct of like buying the stuff that you genuinely like. So to me, that's the biggest bear market thing you can do is just like figure out what stuff you find interesting and then just ride with it until they find success or until the next thing comes along that piques your interest.
Facts. Facts. I don't know if you'll get rich on buying all the things that you like just because you like, and you probably shouldn't.
Right.
You know, but typically, if you continue to buy what you like and you're somewhat tuned to the space, you'll get your wins.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep.
And then you tune into the A12 podcast to get a vision decks. You know, the rest is history.
100%. That's why I made the vision decks. If you like this kind of content and you want more in-depth dives on these projects and analysis, go grab yourself a vision decks. Join us. Join our community. You'll get some exclusive stuff. Get a chance to win NFTs. You might be able to win a spot on this podcast. Be chopping it up here with me and Ty. Who knows? It's whatever the community wants to see. We're just gonna work to deliver that. So,
community-driven content.
Yes, sir. But Ty, it's been an hour. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm excited for our spaces this week. We're planning on doing a couple. And yeah, thanks for joining as always.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for hosting. Shout out to the ATX Degens, Project Waves, and we'll see you guys on Spaces tomorrow.
Yep. All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a good rest of the week.